What it is, guys, it's your boy King Mike D Games here, coming at you with another quick video. I got things to do today, so I'm gonna hurry up. I don't want to rush it too much, but I'm gonna try to get over with this video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite horror games. Yes, some of my favorite horror games. And I'm going to start it off with my first one. There's so many. First of all, I want to say, as a disclaimer, there are so many horror games, it's ridiculous, okay? So I have a ton of them, but I'm going to pick out some of my favorite, or some of the ones I haven't played yet and would like to, that look interesting. So without further ado, I'm going to start it off with with my opinion, the most terrifying horror game I've ever played thus far. And it has to be Resident Evil Biohazard. And the reason I say this is, the crazy thing is, this game could have been called anything but Resident Evil. I mean, it had everything that a horror game would need. I mean, the suspense was there. The jump scares was definitely, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I must have yelled like 3 times when I was playing this game in the beginning, toward the beginning, because there were so many jump scares and stuff you did not expect. And like I said, you guys know I have a 7.1 surround sound. So when I'm playing this at a decent level, high volume, it's very, very creepy. I mean, it's just the guy, the main character, Jack, in the game. He's a very creepy guy. I mean, he follows you. It's just a crazy game. And like I said, this could have been called anything but Resident Evil, and you would have never known it was a Resident Evil game. I think this is one of the best, well put together games of the last couple years. That's my opinion. I don't have the VR headset yet. I'm kind of waiting on that, but I can only imagine. I wouldn't even want to play this game in VR. If I did, people would have to be here. I mean, it's just that creepy. I don't know how good it looks in the VR set, but if it looks as good as it does when you're playing it on the TV screen, then crazy game. I wouldn't even be able to do it. I know I wouldn't. So I'm starting off with, this is my favorite one of all time as of now. Of course, it's not going to be the last horror game, but that's it right there. Next up, I have Clock Tower 3. Now, this game is another game that's kind of similar to Resident Evil to me, because of course it's made by Capcom, so it would be same creators. But the jump scares are ridiculous. It's just this is a brutal game. Like, you see some stuff in here that's like, wow, they really thought of that. But like I said, it doesn't surprise me, because they created, Resident Evil. It's like a couple different stories in this game. I like the panic meter in this game. There's not a life bar in this game. Most games have a life bar. I like the uniqueness of this game. You have a panic meter. So when you're getting chased, or when basically, it kind of reminds me of Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th doesn't have a panic meter, but when Jason is nearby, your player starts to fumble, stumble, and fall over the place and act crazy. So it's basically, they have the same thing in here. So when you're getting hit, you're not dying, you're just panicking. You're going into like crazy mode, basically. You're just going, you're flipping out. Really like this game. Technically, this is the 4th installment of Clock Tower. A lot of people don't know that. They had a Clock Tower for the Super Famicom, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the 4th one. This is not the 3rd one, technically. So yeah, Clock Tower 3, very great game. Next up, one of my favorite, funniest, this is a great game, okay? Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick. I love Bruce Campbell. He's a hilarious guy. I like how they mix the horror with the comedy. It's a perfect combination. And Bruce Campbell will forever be known as Ash, or Ashley, same thing. But the game was cool. I don't want to say it's a great game. It's probably a great game because I like Bruce Campbell. And we all know, if we like somebody in the game, or if we like the franchise, whether the game is good or not, we're going to say something good about it. And I don't want to be like that, but it's an okay game. The buttons are a bit clunky, but overall, Bruce Campbell's dialogue makes this game. It makes it. It's like if they had somebody else try to play him in this game, it would be terrible. Kind of like Bad Boys, Takeover Miami, or whatever that Bad Boy game is. It's terrible. It's just that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith was not the voices of the characters, and it was an awful game. So that's not the case. Bruce Campbell's actually in here voicing Ash, of course, so very good game. If you guys don't have this, pick this up. I think this game is going to spike up really soon. That's just my opinion. Next up, a game, believe it or not, that I have not played is The Suffering, but I have watched people play it. And this game is a pretty creepy game as well. I mean, it's something about games where you're just going along and then something just pops out at you that just gets me. I think there's like, this is the third, there's like 3 The Suffering games. There's Suffering 1, of course there's 2, I think. And this might be a third one, or this might be a second one. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But this game, what I had seen someone playing was a very, very creepy game. If you guys have played this, let me know what you think. Next up, this one's like the second best Resident Evil game to me. And it's not because they're zombies. It's just because they're like normal. You guys can see, oh, it's a flash. But see that guy? They look normal, but they're like, they move like normal people, but they just rush you like crazy. This is like the second best horror game to me. Very good, very entertaining. It took a while for me to get used to the button mapping of how it worked. Resident Evil always had a distinct way of shooting, like with the gun or moving around. It was a very distinct way, and I think Biohazard elevated the game. It's a different type of gameplay from a regular Resident Evil game. It does not play the same as these games. It's just a complete different one. So, but this one was one of the best ones to me. Very creepy game too. This game will definitely get your heart racing when you're playing it. It definitely would. I think the GameCube version is really sought after. I think it is because, as you guys know, Nintendo doesn't have that many rated M games. Now they're barely starting to get into it. Like, well, I don't know about the Switch now, but now they're barely kind of starting to get into it. But very great game. If you guys do not have this, definitely pick it up. And of course, like I said, guys, I'm a couple honorable mentions. Code Veronica X. I can say Code Veronica X is very close to this game as well, as far as being another two of the best Resident Evil games. And I also have it, like I said, I didn't want to make a long, drawn-out video. It's already getting long already. But, pause. But, yeah. All right, next one, we got Silent Hill Downpour. Now, I played a little bit of this game. I got frustrated and I stopped playing. And this is toward the beginning of this game. So, I think I was in the beginning. If you guys have ever played this game, you guys know when the bus crash, spoiler alert, when the bus crashes in the beginning and you're basically off the bus and you got to walk around. Man, I got lost. I didn't know what to do after that. So I stopped right there. And I can't tell you guys, I have so many games that I have started and have not finished playing. And because of that reason alone, like I don't like the games where it's like, damn, I don't know what to do next. I mean, of course I could just go on YouTube now. And I believe YouTube kind of ruined it for a lot of people now. Now we're in the era where if you don't know how to beat a game, you can go online and they'll show you everything and give you the rundown. I mean, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But, the games would last longer if there was no YouTube where you can search a game. But it looked amazing. But if you guys have played this or finished beating it or whatever, let me know what you think. Next up, a game you guys see me play a lot of the times, Killing Floor 2. You guys have seen it, or if you've watched my live stream. It's a very cool game. I don't want to call them zombies. I want to call them monsters, basically. It's a 6-player co-op game where you can play and have waves of monsters coming at you. And basically, your mission is to survive. To survive the waves and upgrade your weapons to keep surviving. It gets harder and harder as the waves come along. This is one of my favorite games on the PS4. One of my favorites. It's an exclusive to PS4 as well. So that's it for the PlayStation side, guys. I'm going to go to the Xbox side. Like I said, I have tons of horror games, even on PS2. I just tried to pick out some of the best ones or some of the ones that I need to play or some of the ones I've seen and I like. So, okay, so don't jump down my throat. I have tons of them. But, yeah, these are the ones I picked for PlayStation. Now, let's go over to the Xbox side, and I'm going to start it off with Constantine. Now, I played this game once, years and years ago. It was okay. Honestly, if you guys know, I'm a huge Max Payne fan, and I think, I basically think Keanu Reeves should have played Max Payne, because in Constantine, he had the same Max Payne 1 vibe. Yeah, if you guys ever played Max Payne 1, and you've seen Constantine, how he dresses and just how he looks, how he talks, just so depressing. It had that same vibe to me. I don't know. If you guys think if you guys agree with me, let me know. I just think it did. This game, I think this game is going to be one of those games that's going to be a different rarity because I You don't see this game in the wild. Well, I never really see it in the wild. As you guys can see, that my copy of it is still unopened. I played it before. No reason for me to open it. I just want to keep it sealed. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like buying movies and I have the game to them. That's gonna be my new thing. I'm gonna start doing. I think if they have a game, I want the movie to it as well. So for what I played, it's pretty cool. And if you guys, a lot of people don't know this. This is part of DC Universe. There is actually DC Comics of Constantine. I'm not sure the name if it's called Constantine. I think it's called Hellblazer. Something I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is part of DC Universe, guys. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that. So if you guys don't have this game, if you see it in the wild, definitely pick it up. Next up, Silent Hill 4: The Room. This is one of the best Silent Hill games to me personally, and this is always argued amongst collectors and people who played this game. I liked it a lot. I like the way you can swing your weapon and charge it up and hit your enemies, because when you do that, I don't know why my phone keeps focusing in and out, but it's just doing that. But whatever. But yeah, you can charge up your hit, and when your enemy tries to hit you while you're charging, you won't take any damage. So it's a pretty good little hack to get around when you're playing this game. Another very creepy game, a lot of jump scares. If you guys don't have this, definitely pick it up. Next up, The House of the Dead, one of my favorite. I mean, come on, who's going to argue that this is not one of the best arcade shooter games of all time? I mean, it just is. Very fun when you're playing with two people. Very, very fun game. I had House of the Dead 2. I used to have House of the Dead, the one for PS3. I forgot the name of it, but I used to have it. I think someone stole that game. I got to find that. Somebody stole it, I think. But House of the Dead 3, very fun game. 2 is very well. I think 2 is my favorite. I have 2 for Dreamcast. And I also have the light gun as well. Gotta have the light gun, guys. Next up, one of the first games I got from my Xbox 360 when it came out, Dead Rising. Now, to me, this game was very, very innovative for its time. The reason I say that is this. I think, and I could be wrong, but you guys let me know, I think this could definitely be one of the first real, true open world game. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people say, oh, well, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, but no. Because in this game, you can pretty much go into every single store in the mall. You can use almost every single thing as a weapon. I mean, this was a very active game. Very active. Everything could be used. You can go into almost any store. You can wear, like if it's a hat, put it on the hat, whatever. You can do whatever. Though this is one of my favorite open world game, because this is a true open world game to me, where you can interact with almost everything. If you guys don't have this, especially the original one, definitely get it. I like this one. I like it because it's complete and everything. I mean, awesome. Just an awesome game. I know they re-released it for the Xbox One. I'm definitely going to pick it up for the Xbox One as well. Not too much in a rush to get it, because I already know what the game's about, and I already have it for 360, the original hardware. So, very good game. Next up, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. If you guys have not played this game, you've been under a rock. It's backwards compatible now for the Xbox One. Great storyline. It's just an amazing overall game. And you know, I think a lot of the games are on Xbox somewhat are getting away from storylines. I think I heard, was it Phil Spencer or somebody from Xbox saying that they're trying to move more into Xbox. They're trying to move more into multiplayer. That's cool. Don't get me wrong, but we all love a great story. I mean, how many times have you played a game and said to yourself, wow, this would make a awesome movie? This one would definitely make an awesome movie. So if you guys ain't got this game, you're sleeping under a rock. It's probably like $5 now. Get it. And last but not least, the game I've chose is The Evil Within. Now, I have not gotten that far in this game. Okay, I'm probably at the first chapter still, second chapter. I know I suck. I just have so many games, you know, that I need to focus on a few. But so far, when I played with this game had the same vibe as Resident Evil Biohazard. Very suspenseful. You can hide. You can run. You know, it's just very... It's a game that I haven't played this game on my 7.1 surround sound, but I know if I do, it would give me the same creeps as Resident Evil Biohazard does. So, for what I played so far, this game was pretty intense. It's not a game you think you can just run through and, like, certain games, I'll say this. Certain games, you can just run through and just hack and slash and shoot. A lot of horror games, you can't do that. Some horror games, you have to be strategic. So I just like that with horror games, when you play them, you can't just go in thinking that it's gonna be a breeze and you're gonna just hack and slash, just shoot them up and just, no. It doesn't happen in horror games sometimes. You have to really be strategic, really think, use your head, and figure out a solution. And that's why I like horror games. And horror games usually last longer because you can't beat that. You can't beat a horror game usually in 1 day or 2 days. Sometimes well, if you're just really a crazy gamer, I'm not a crazy gamer like that. If you are a crazy gamer like that, you could, but I don't got that kind of time to just be sitting there for 2-3 days straight beating a horror game. I mean, I like to play them in different times. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to just beat the game right at once, depending on what the game is. So here it is, guys. Some of my favorite horror games. Remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe. What's up to my new subscribers? My subscribers is growing. I'm 173 strong. I never thought I would even reach 100. I really didn't, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate everything. More live streams coming soon. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions for me to play anything or any subjects you guys want me to tackle, let me know. I'm going to definitely, I made a pact to myself. I'm going to start going to every E3 from now on. I'm going to start going. My boy Freeman was at the Anime Expo at the convention center. I wish I would have went. I would have had a ton of video for you guys, but I didn't. I want to start going to a lot of that. And I know the Portland Retro Gaming Expo is going to be in October, I think someone told me. And I want to see if I can try to go to that. That would be pretty dope. I know a lot of the collectors will be there, and I want to link up with a few of them and, you know, build my contacts up and see what I can do from there. But yeah, guys, this is it from King Mike D Games. You guys, I hope you're having a great afternoon or evening, wherever part of the world you are. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.